Welcome. Are you looking to transform your estate using a creative and intelligent design process? You're in for a treat. I have a very special interview with David Griffard, principal designer and 3D animation specialist with Artisan Home Resorts. Thank you so much for being here, David.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. I'm glad we get a chance to do this again and talk more about the 3Ds.
Oh, absolutely. I want to really talk about this spectacular project that you just completed. Talk to me a little bit about what got you inspired on this project.
Well, the first thought when I went to this property, as soon as I stepped outside, was this amazing view. They have a fantastic view of this beautiful mountainside, and that was the most important thing to them, was preserving that view. But they wanted all these different amenities as well, so it was a real challenge on how to integrate
Mhm.
everything they want and still keep the view preserved. And in this case, I wanted to not just preserve it, but accentuate it. So as you look out, your eye really travels all the way across the property to the view itself.
Yeah, I love this. I love what you did to really integrate this steep hill. Now, the steep hill you can see right here on the left is a big design challenge, right? How did you work with that using this 3D animation?
It is. It's a design challenge, and we're using a new technology right now, which I'm really excited about. It's called drone photogrammetry, and what it does is it flies in the air and takes a series of pictures and extrapolates everything by individual pixel. And it can take the
Wow.
topography that's existing and give me accurate grades of the existing site. And normally we rely on a civil engineer to do this work for us, and we still get the civil involved,
Yeah.
but that takes weeks. And so, and a lot of times we have to wait until they give us their drawing before we can even start. In
Yeah.
this case, I can use my photogrammetry to get started and get to this phase in conceptual and show it to the client. And I don't even have the civil back for this plan yet from the civil engineer. So we're able to make the adjustments when we get the plan, but I can jump weeks ahead and get things done much faster.
Oh, that's got to be music to your clients' ears. I mean, really streamlining this show. I mean, the 3D animation, as we've shared before, is a great way for you to be able to make something come to life, right? So if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then this video is worth well more than 1,000,000 to give somebody an idea of what their home resort will look like. But even beyond that, you're talking about it helping with civil planning and moving the project forward. I mean, that's tremendous.
Absolutely. It's been a big help, not just on steep hillsides, but on flat lots as well, because you get a very nice, accurate representation of what's existing on the site in a nice, clear 4K image. So you can see just about everything.
Oh, wonderful. Now, talk to me as we kind of transition into this. I want to know a little bit about some materials here. I want to back this up a little bit. Kind of right here, I know we have a lot of really cool features. This beautiful fire pit with these balls in them. Tell me about this and how it goes into the rest of the design.
Yeah, so one thing the client wanted was a fire pit, but I wanted to take it a little further and make it a nice oversized pit, which you really wouldn't understand without the 3D.
Yeah.
And these stainless steel balls that you put in the fire pit itself, I can explain to the client what I'm trying to do, but seeing it is much different. And I want the fire to interact with the stainless steel and the light to play with those elements, as well as explain to them the type of granite I want to use for their fire pit itself. It's a white granite. It's got a certain look to it. And these elements, these materials are not just picked from a library. That stone is picked from a specific stone supplier. And so
Wow.
that's an actual stone image. And so I want to make it as accurate as I can in telling them this is the exact stone that I'm proposing. This is the exact countertop that I'm proposing. So we work a lot with another couple companies that supply us with their materials. And so we can use this as a source and send them direct to the supplier right after this, and they can see it in person.
Wow. So this is something you're using to communicate with your suppliers and contractors, as well as the client itself and civil planning. So 3D animation is much more than just bringing your vision to life so you can sit around as a family and admire it or make some decisions or get the right products. I mean, this is something that is a multifaceted approach to moving this project along within budget and timeline.
Absolutely. And 3D has come, we don't use 3D just to create a visualization for the clients anymore. We use it as a problem solving tool. And so
Mhm.
it can solve problems with topography. We use it to answer questions faster. We can show them what the materials are going to look like. I could describe this Ipe wall to them with air plants coming out of it.
Yeah.
But until you
Mhm.
see it, you don't really understand
Mhm.
what that's going to look like. And so this helps elaborate a little bit further Also with the outdoor structure, I want nanodoors to open up and open this view, and I can give this to the contractor and they can understand exactly what I'm talking about. And so it's a great tool, not just for visualization anymore, but for problem solving and for building.
Wow, that is a tremendous insight. That it's for actually building and project managing. That's a key. Now, let's talk about this as it transitions to night. This is a key element. I always love the nightscapes on your 3D animations. You always go above and beyond. Artisan Home Resorts is known for these spectacular home retreats that integrate lighting and audio and fire, oh my. But it's not till it's at night that you really see that from this really over-the-top perspective. So walk me through how you integrate the night renderings and why that's important for this animation.
Well, the first thing that night lighting does in any landscape is it creates drama, right? And the best way to, you want to showcase that drama and how it's going to look, because the day and night landscape are completely different elements.
Yes.
What you experience at night is very different from what you experience during the day. And the only way to experience that in a situation, unless it's on the ground, is to see it through something like this. The lanterns hanging from a tree, I wouldn't have been able to describe what that would look like at night without showing it to the client. The fire, dancing with the stainless steel balls, I wouldn't be able to communicate that without them seeing it. And again, not just from a visualization standpoint, I also use lighting and animation for safety. So I can show the client exactly where I think they need light for it to be safe, because that's number one important thing for us is client safety. And so we want to make sure that these transitions are correct for them and they can understand where it needs to be and why.
Yeah, I see, excuse me, I see a lot of lighting on the stairs. And I know a lot of the homes that you're working with have multi-generations of families, whether it's grandkids or little ones or something like that. So really making sure that you can see where they're at on the property when they're home, making sure they can see the stairs coming down. I can really see how you're using those lights to not only create style and accentuate some of these really beautiful focal points, but to create that safety and that standard for the family while they're using the property as well.
Absolutely. When I design a lighting plan and present to the client, I always tell them the first thing I'm going to do when a lighting plan is do it safely. Second is drama, and that's the order it always needs to be in. And so this is a great way to showcase that.
Oh, you're so talented, David. It's always a pleasure to see this, and your creativity and design and the night renderings and the topography, and is it photogrammy? What was it?
Photogrammetry. It's a relatively new technology. Yeah. So I actually took a few courses on it recently, and I have a colleague that's very into it, and it's been a huge help in not only our industry, but it's starting to come along in other industries as well. You'll see that a lot of Caltrans using it. A lot of civil engineers are starting to use it too. So it's great.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Let's just kind of wrap this up and just tell me, what has this done for this family overall? Being able to have this animation move forward, like you said, a couple of weeks in the project management aspect and the civil planning. What has this done for the family overall, having this?
Well, we're going to find out, because I haven't presented it to them yet. This is brand new. I just finished this one a few days ago. So we're going to meet with them next week, and we're going to get their reactions, and hope they don't see this interview before then. But if they do, that's great. We'll have something to talk about. But I'm excited to show it to them. I love presenting these to clients because I like to see the look on their faces and get a reaction for how they feel about it. And so, if they want to change things, they have to always remember that this is their home, and it's my job to translate their visions, not just my ideas. So I really look forward to seeing their faces and showing it to them.
Oh my goodness. Well, you got it here first. Behind the scenes footage of this very special, hot off the press, 3D animation by David Griffard, principal designer and 3D specialist of Artisan Home Resorts. Today we talked about drone topography. We talked about material selection and night renderings, and how that's able to how we're able to use 3D animations with these different aspects to move forward in the building, the construction, the project management, and the design creation. So if you're out there and you see something that inspires you and you want to be able to see your design come to life, what's the best way for somebody to be able to reach out, David?
Our website's the best way to reach out. We have a great questionnaire. We have a great link right there that you can click on, and it'll set you up with how to reach us, how to get in contact to us, and what you're looking for. So just reach us by there, and that's the best way.
Awesome. And what's the best email if somebody wants to reach out directly?
It's on the website, so if you just click on there, contact me, it'll be on the website for you.
Perfect. And I'll drop that in right in the comments for that. Hello at Artisan Home Resorts. And I thank you so much. So again, if you see something that inspires you, let us know. Fill out your questionnaire and let's set up a courtesy video visit so we can actually go through and discuss your design for your home resort. You'll get to meet David and Rich in person and be able to move forward and see your design come to life. So I'll drop the link here so you can see this video on YouTube. You can learn more about their 3D animation. I'll drop that link as well. But we are a design firm that is really specializing in bringing to you your favorite vacation destination in your backyard. So if you want something spectacular and you want to take that high-tech concept of something you've seen before and put it in your home, this is your chance. So reach out and get your questionnaire completed. With that, I'm Crystal Lindsay, and I am tickled to have David Griffard, once again, 3D animation specialist and principal designer of Artisan Home Resorts. Thank you again for your time, David. I'll see you on our next video.
Great. Thanks, Crystal.